Developing in Virginia Beach, officers were after a burglary suspect, but neighbors say a police canine got the wrong person.
Instead of a suspect, the man says the police dog bit his 13-year-old neighbor. This played out Sunday night in Claiborne Place, and we want to warn you. The photos of the boy's bite marks are, in fact, disturbing. 13 News Now reporter Robert Boyd picks up our story.
Well, it all happened so quickly. According to the man who lives at this house and witnessed the attack take place, he says this 13-year-old was over here playing video games with his own children when he left the front porch and simply walked just a few feet to this area. And he said that's all it took for the police dog to be on the child, ripping out his leg, and then the police officer holding up both the 13-year-old and his little brother at gunpoint. Now, I want to warn you, some of the pictures you're about to see are graphic.
And he was like looking at the police officer like saying, he bit me, he got me. And the police officer just left.
Shock. That's how Stephen Keck describes what he saw in his own front yard Sunday evening when his 13-year-old neighbor was attacked by a police dog moments after leaving Keck's house. The officer then held up the 13-year-old and his 9-year-old brother at gunpoint.
I can't get that vision out of my head of him like literally on his knees with a gun, pointed at him, and the dog barking, ferociously within, 3 feet of him after just coming out of my house.
Virginia Beach police had mistaken the 13-year-old as a suspect in a burglary just a block away. Police say he was ordered to stop and he tried to run, so they released the German Shepherd. But Keck says that's impossible. The teen had barely left the front porch.
I don't hear anybody say, stop, freeze, this is the police.
Keck estimates the attack lasted about 45 seconds, during which time the teen suffered 4 different bites on his leg. Keck says when the officer realized he had the wrong person, he called EMS and then just vanished.
By the time the dad came over to grab his son and pick his son up out of my arms, there was no dog there was no police officer, no nothing. They were just gone.
The boy's family attorney is looking into this matter, while police have started their own investigation. As for Keck, he just wants to know what's proper protocol before police stick a canine onto someone.
I thought that there was a requirement before you release the dog to have to identify, stop, and make sure you have the right person.
The parents of this 13-year-old decided not to speak with us on camera, but they did tell us off camera that he did miss school today. He is on crutches, but the good news, he is expected to also make a full recovery. In Virginia Beach, Robert Boyd, 13 News Now.